She looked right at me and said it. "Don't walk with me. You'll embarrass me in front of my friends." I just nodded and let her go. But when she came back 3 weeks later, her ride home wasn't me. My girlfriend, Rosie, and we were on completely different planets. My world was real. You could touch it. Hers was for an audience, filtered through a phone screen. For the first year and a half, I thought it was charming. Then, 6 months ago, she quit her marketing job to become a full-time influencer. We made a deal. I'd cover the big bills for 6 months. A little runway for her to build her brand. She'd use her savings for her business stuff. It was a risk, but I was investing in her. Or so I thought. Almost right away, her business expenses started looking a lot like shopping sprees. My patience, it got real thin. It felt less like a partnership, and more like I was the silent producer for her one-woman show. The cracks were already there. She'd make little comments about my life not being aspirational. She started talking to me like I was her assistant. This 3-week trip to Europe, it was supposed to be her last big push before the 6 months were up. The airport thing wasn't the first red flag. It was just the last. I drove her there and helped her with 3 huge, heavy suitcases. As we got near the check-in counter, she saw her friends, Lauren and Ashley. They were dressed for a fashion show, not a 10-hour flight. They looked at me in my jeans and hoodie, and I saw them trade this look. Faint disgust. Rosie just froze. She turned to me, not for a goodbye kiss, but with total panic in her eyes. "Okay, you can stop here," she said in a harsh whisper. I was confused. "What do you mean?" "I'll walk you to security." She sighed, like I'd just suggested we start a fire in the middle of the terminal. She glanced at her friends, who were pretending not to watch. "Don't walk with me," she said, her voice low and sharp. "You'll embarrass me." And that was it. The final confirmation. I wasn't a partner to be loved. I was an embarrassment to be managed. A problem for her brand. I looked past her and saw Lauren and Ashley smirking. They heard her. Our whole relationship just replayed in my head. But suddenly it all made sense. Every dismissive comment. Every time I felt like an accessory. It all clicked. The love I had for her didn't just die. It evaporated. I didn't get angry. I didn't yell. A weird, almost joyful calm washed over me. I looked at her perfect face and just nodded. "You're right," I said. My voice was completely even. I wouldn't want to do that. I let go of her luggage cart. "Have a great trip." Then I turned around and walked away. I didn't look back. She just stood there stunned. She wanted a fight, some drama to tell her friends about. She didn't get it. All she got was my back, getting smaller and smaller as I walked out of the airport. I pulled out my phone. 3 weeks was more than enough time. Her ride home was definitely not going to be me. The drive home was the most productive hour of my life. Part of me wanted to just throw all her stuff on the lawn. But the logical part of me knew this had to be handled with precision. This wasn't demolition. It was a careful disassembly. First stop, the dealership where I bought her luxury SUV. It was a beautiful car, and it was entirely in my name. I found the sales manager and told him I wanted to sell it back. By the end of the afternoon, the car was theirs. A very large check was in my pocket. Step 1 complete. When I got home, the house felt weird. It was filled with her. Her clothes, her products, her filming studio that took up the whole spare bedroom. It was time for a renovation. I didn't just want to pack her things. I wanted to erase her. I called a high-end junk removal service. I told them I wanted every single item that wasn't mine gone. Closets emptied, bathroom cleared, spare bedroom gutted, and a deep clean of the whole house. I told them I'd pay double if they could get it done by the end of the next day. While they worked, I handled the digital side. I changed the passwords on all our shared streaming accounts. I went through my bank accounts and removed her as an authorized user on everything. I also found the login for her influencer website. I didn't delete it. Instead, I went into the back end and changed the contact email and recovery number to my own. I was now the sole administrator of her brand. By the next evening, the house was transformed. It was empty, clean, and quiet. Every trace of her was gone. But an empty house isn't a home. So I went shopping. I bought a new, comfortable couch you could actually sleep on. I brought out the solid oak coffee table I'd built myself, the one that didn't fit her aesthetic. I bought a new, bigger TV and a real sound system. I turned the spare bedroom into a home gym and a workshop. Over the next 2 weeks, I rebuilt my life. I reconnected with friends Rosie found boring. I went hiking. I went to baseball games. I did all the things that weren't Instagrammable. I got a few texts from her, pictures of her at the Eiffel Tower, eating pasta in Rome. She never asked how I was. I never replied. The last piece of the plan fell into place a few days before she was due back. I used some of the money from the car to book a 2-week motorcycle tour through the national parks out west. My flight left the same day she was scheduled to arrive. The day before she flew home, I sent a single email. Subject: important information regarding your return. Rosie, asterisk as per your request at the airport, I have ceased to be a part of your life. To that end, I have made the following arrangements asterisk. 1. Asterisk your belongings are in a secure storage facility. The address is 123 Storage Way, Unit 42. The access code is 1234. The first month is prepaid, asterisk. 2. Asterisk the car you were driving has been sold. It was my property, asterisk. 3. Asterisk the locks on the house have been changed. You are no longer a resident, asterisk. Asterisk I trust this provides you with the freedom you desire. I will be out of the country and unreachable, asterisk. I wish you the best. I hit send, turned off my phone, and finished packing. She wanted to be the star of her own show. I just gave her a brand new, completely empty stage. I was somewhere in Zion National Park when I finally turned my phone back on 5 days later. The digital explosion was spectacular. Hundreds of notifications. Missed calls from Rosie, her friends, her parents. Voicemails that were just angry screaming. My friend Dave, he gave me the play-by-play. Rosie's flight landed, and she waited at the curb for over an hour expecting me. When I didn't show up, she had a full-blown tantrum on the sidewalk. She ended up taking a ridiculously expensive cab back to my house. The moment she realized her key didn't work was, apparently, a sight to behold. Stranded on my porch with 300 pounds of luggage. Her friends, Lauren and Ashley, were suddenly very busy. Neither had a car big enough for her bags. Her parents had to drive 2 hours to come get her. Dave said my front lawn was pure chaos. The social media attack started that night. They tried to paint me as a monster who left her homeless. But I had already sent a short message to our mutual friends, just telling them we broke up and to reserve judgment. The smear campaign didn't work. The story of what she said at the airport was already leaking out. But the best part was her website. I had made one small change. I replaced her entire portfolio of glamorous photos with a single, high-resolution image. The receipt from the junk removal company, with the total cost circled in red. Underneath, I added one line of text, asterisk, brand undergoing a strategic realignment. Please check back soon for updates. Asterisk. She had a complete meltdown and took the entire site offline. A week later, I got a letter from a lawyer demanding I give her access to the house and provide financial support. My lawyer sent back a response. It included copies of the deed and car title, both in my name only, and a detailed invoice for her half of all living expenses for the past year. It ended with a polite suggestion that if she wanted to go to court, I'd be happy to countersue for the money she owed me. The legal threats stopped. The social media posts stopped. There was just quiet, satisfying silence. It's been about 4 months now. The silence has been the best part. The story of Rosie's return became a local legend. She had to move back in with her parents. Her influencer career is over. Without me funding the trips and the clothes, she had no content. Her feed is just old pictures and sad quotes about new beginnings. Lauren and Ashley dropped her. Turns out their friendship was just as transactional as our relationship. I had one last interaction with her, sort of. A guy I know who owns a gallery downtown called me. He said, "Hey, a weird thing happened. Rosie was in here trying to sell me some of the old furniture from your house. Said she was an interior designer now." I just laughed. "Did you buy any of it? Are you kidding? It was all cheap, mass-produced junk." I told her it was worthless. She got really upset, started going on about how you ruined her life. He paused. "For what it's worth, man, you dodged a bullet. A big, expensive, poorly decorated bullet. And that says it all. She saw me as an accessory. A wallet. She thought my purpose was to stand in the background so I wouldn't embarrass her. She never understood I wasn't in the background. I was the foundation. And when the foundation walks away, the whole fake house comes crashing down. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just free. I'm planning another trip, building new furniture, solid, real things that will last. I'm building a life that doesn't need to be photographed to be enjoyed. She wanted a life that looked perfect online. I just wanted one that felt good in reality. She made her choice at the airport. She chose the image over the person. In the end, the image was all she had left.